Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first edition of T-Town Talk with your hosts,
Luke Brewer
and Jacob Morenz. From touchdowns and field goals to kills and assists, we will keep you up to date on all sports at THS.
Our first segment of the podcast is football. Last Friday, the football team defeated Paola 42-28. The Teachers were led by quarterback Talon Langford, who had 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. Jacob Morenz caught the passing touchdown, and the Chiefs were also led by running back Tanner Hand, who had 2 rushing touchdowns. Jacob, on Friday when you caught that first touchdown of your entire career, how did it feel in that moment to finally be in the end zone?
Well, just kind of got into the offense, a week ago, had a couple nice catches there, and, coach called a great play there and beat my defender, and Talon put a great ball on, so able to get the points on the board.
Now joining us on the podcast is Chieftains quarterback Talon Langford.
What's up, guys?
Is it okay if we ask you a few questions?
Of course.
All right, first, Talon, what is going through your mind? Plays about to be run. You're about to snap the ball. What's going through your mind, at the beginning of those?
I mean, normally it's just kind of going through my reads, just kind of simple stuff. But while it's going on, the ball snapped, not much really goes through my mind except for throw the ball or run. It's kind of all that goes through my mind.
Yeah. Next question. How do you think the team has performed so far this year in their games?
I think we've been doing all right. We played a couple really tough teams. We lost by 1 to the 20th team in the state.
Yeah.
We've had those opportunities to come up and win those games. It's just we fell short. Both of our losses, just fell a little short. It happens, but I feel like after that first win against Lansing, we squeaked one out, and it really just helped the whole team.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think has changed in the last couple of weeks that's led the team for back-to-back wins?
It was kind of just the same thing, Getting that win in Lansing, that 1-point win, guys, crazy. It was just we needed that, We just kind of needed the win.
Just to get things rolling?
Yeah, just to get things rolling. And I feel like after that, it's going to take off.
Okay. Last question for you here. Now that you scored multiple passing and rushing touchdowns, what's been your favorite way to score so far this year?
Probably rushing just because, I don't know, you just run past everyone. You get to run through people, be a bulldozer. But, obviously passing touchdowns are also really cool.
Yeah.
It's
just scoring in general.
Yeah, it's always cool to score, always have the ball in your hand every play. It's always fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us and answering our questions, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks.
And the Chieftains will play their next game Friday the 4th against Bonner Springs for homecoming. Now for our next segment we'll be talking about, we got soccer. Soccer, their record right now, they're currently 0-9, so obviously not the start they were, probably looking for. But anyways, last week they lost to Topeka Hayden 6-1 on Tuesday, and on Thursday they played Ottawa and lost 1-0.
This upcoming Thursday, they play Bonner Springs for their homecoming game, where the Chieftains look to get their first win of the season against Bonner, who only has 1 win on the year.
Now moving on to girls golf. Monday the 30th, they played a tournament in Meriden, and their best placer was Peyton Van Middlesworth, that placed 10th.
We got to speak with Coach Schamberg a little bit on how the team has done so far this year. He said the team is young and getting better every day and is having a lot of fun playing the sport. The season has been pretty solid so far as well.
And their next tournament is at Painted Hills.
Now we're going to talk about cross country. Last Saturday on the 28th, they went to Rimrock for their meet.
And results from the meet, as a team, the boys placed 7th. And our top 3 placers were Solomon Carter, placed 28th, Parker Welsh, placed 36th, and Jet Gilmore, placed 64. For the girls, as a team, they finished 29th, with their top 3 placers being Kara Johnson placing 21st, Brooke Neihart placing 158th, and Autumn Wilson placing 178th.
Their next meet is this Thursday at Lake Perry. For our next segment, we will be discussing volleyball, and we'll have a couple of the players talk about how the season has gone so far and ask them some questions. Results on the 23rd, they went to Mill Valley, and they had a try. They played Mill Valley in Manhattan. They lost 0-2 against Mill Valley, but beat Manhattan 2-1. On the 24th, they played Frontier League opponent Ottawa and beat them 3-0. On the 26th, they played Pleasant Ridge and they beat them 2-0. And then this last Saturday on the 28th, they had a home tourney and their combined record on the weekend was 2-3. On the 1st of October, they played league opponent Baldwin and beat them 3-0.
Now joining us on the podcast, we have volleyball players Kalea Baldock and Finley Rieke.
Hi. Hello.
All right. So how do you guys think the team has performed so far?
I feel like we've definitely underperformed to our abilities. We can do so much more than we've shown so far. And once everything just clicks, then it's gonna go get better.
I agree. I just think there's those times where, we dig ourselves a hole and there's not really a way to get back out of it. But yeah, I think we're doing good. Still have time left in the season.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the team can definitely win some more games. Next question. Your current record is 13-10. Do you think this record represents how good the team is?
No, not at all. There's been many games, upsets. We've been angry.
Yeah, there's been games that we just have not played our game.
Yeah.
And they haven't been good.
Definitely underperformed in some of them and could have won, but it does not define us.
Okay. And final question here. What do you think the team's expectations are for the rest of the season? What kind of end-of-season goals do you have, or is there, a couple games that are, really big games for you guys?
I think, the end goal is state and second day of state specifically. And then winning league is another big one we've talked about. We're undefeated in league play so far. And today is a big game, and then Spring Hill.
Yeah. I think since we're out of the being able to host situation, we just got to go for it and lock in. And when sub-state, get to state. Second day is most important for us, I think.
Yeah, of course. There's still a lot of the season left, still barely halfway through it. Good luck the rest of the season, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Their next game will be Thursday the 3rd at home versus Eudora, and then Saturday the 5th, they'll be going down to Ottawa for a tournament.
That's all we have for this episode. Thank you for tuning in.
And don't forget to come back next week and watch the next edition of the T-Town Talk.